Welcome back to Create and Craft with Katie. Today we're going to be decorating my mantle for Christmas. I already have the garland in place, but I'm going to go and show you close up how I attached it to the fireplace. So what I do is put 3 nails, one in this corner, one in the center, one at the far corner. I fold the garland in half to work out where the centerpiece goes, but the easiest way to show you how we attach it is right here. You take a branch of the garland and wrap it around the nail. Here you get a really good view. Here is the nail and the garland is attached around it to hold it in place. These nails stay in here all year round. Now this looks like a huge expensive garland. What it actually is 3 Walmart garlands and a set of lights. The original garland is the green one, which has lights in it, the ones that are static and not flashing. Then I wound in 1 flocked garland, and you attach the pieces together the same as we attach it on here. You'll make sure that the garland loops together and twist it, and then it will all hold together. Then I put in a set of Twinkle Lights. These are from Walmart. I absolutely love these lights. I add them to all of my trees and my garlands because I think they add a real special touch of Christmas, and they aren't very expensive. And after doing that, I added a 3rd garland, a 2nd flocked one. I wanted it to look flocked because I have a flocked tree, but my initial green garland, I really liked the way that the bristles were and I liked the lights, and so I actually just added to it instead of buying a new garland. These garlands are 9 feet each, and I think they run about $15 a piece at Walmart. So you don't have to go out and spend $100 at front gate. You can make your own really full garland just by working with the branches. The same as when you fluff a Christmas tree, you do the same, and you can interchange them so that you see the white parts, the green parts. So before I actually start adding ornaments to the garland, I like to work with what I'm putting on top of the mantle, the main focal points. Now for me, these are these red lanterns that I got at Walmart last year. I felt sure they would have them again this year, but they didn't. But Michael's and Lowe's both have similar ones. I have 2 of the large ones, and they go on the end. These open up, and 2 of the smaller ones. In fact, Lowe's make an even shorter one, but I haven't really got a lot more room on my mantle once I get it fixed. Now I will decorate inside of these, but that will be done when I've completed the rest of the garland. I like to have my lights on while I'm decorating because certain ornaments look better next to lights, especially the really sparkly ones. They'll reflect off out into the room. To add a touch more snow and a bit more length to these garlands, I'm going to add in these swags. These were from, I think, Michael's last year, but a lot of the stores sell them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire, using the branches of the garland, in to the end of the garland to make them longer, giving me more room for more ornaments. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to add this in here. Now we've got lots and lots of branches, and this actually has a hook at the top, which makes it very easy to add in. So you're going to look to see where you want the placement to be. This already has pine cones in it. I've got more pine cones that are going to go in the rest of it, so I think we're going to take it right at the bottom. So you look, taking a piece of the green, awkward piece, this piece, and you're going to put it through the hole in the swag, take it right the way back, and then you're going to twist your branch underneath and pull another one down and twist the two of them together as if you were using a piece of wire or a zip tie, but with this it means that you can easily take them off again at the end of the year. And we have a few more pieces at the back here. If you twist them in, then it allows the swag to attach and hang as if it was another piece of the garland. Now I want to add what I would call the focal pieces of that go onto the garland. Now these you're probably here because you saw my video making these giant bells out of bowls from the Dollar Tree. I will link up that video in the description, so if you haven't seen it, please go back and do it. I have 3 different sizes. I will say when I got them out of the box this year that the glue had worn away a little where the ribbons were, but all I did was go in and fix it with some hot glue. Now I want these to hang down in size order, and so with your piece of rope you're going to find a place where you want them to be. Now I like mine here cascading down because they're large. I really don't want them in, they don't look so good in the center, and so the same as we did with the swag, you're going to go in, find the place that you want to start the swag of bells, place a branch through it, twisting it into place, and you start to maneuver your garland so that your ornaments look like that they nestle in, not just hang freely. I'm going to go and put the other 2 in and then come back to you. So now you can see I've wired in the 3 bells and I've done the exactly same thing on the other side. The next thing I'm going to do is add some clusters of the larger ornaments in here. So now I'm going to add these beautiful white glittery pine cones. These came from a designer Christmas store near us, and I'm also going to add in these beautiful icicles. Now these were from Hobby Lobby and you can still get them, they do have them this year. Now the one thing you'll notice when I do a lot of my ornaments is that I don't add a wire hanger to them. I literally wrap the branch round to hold them in place because I want them to stay in place and not be swinging around, because it's a garland and not a Christmas tree. So with these large ones, I actually used the hook that was on them and hooked them right the way up here so that when they hang into place, they're not going to move around. And the good thing with a wired garland is that after you have done all of the hanging of your ornaments, if you've got any spaces where you think, hey, I really don't want to see that, you just literally are going to twist them into place and there's no problem. You can hide away your mechanics. Now these particular ones, they come with a tiny string, but I'm going to add, this time I'm actually going to add a hook because I'm going to use it to hook them up and inside. So instead of using the hook as you would normally and hanging it like this, we're going to take the hook to the middle and bend it upwards. So what it's doing is it's giving you a piece of wire that you can then attach into any part of the garland that you want to. Now I've added the pine cones and the icicles hanging down here. Whatever I do on this side, I am repeating on the other side. Certainly when it comes to a mantle, I do like symmetry. I do have some things where I only have one of them, but most of the time I will buy duplicates so that I can make it look more balanced in my eye. Next we move on to the medium size ornaments. I have, obviously from last year, I started a bell theme. I have more bells. These ones are metal. Obviously these ones I made are plastic, so they're lighter. These ones were just from the Target dollar spot, and obviously I need to hang them up and not throw them on the floor. I also have these little bells. These come from the Dollar Tree. They do still have these. They have them in white, in silver, I think in red. These ones were a clearance item at Joann's last year. What I want to say is, if you've already done your garland for this year, don't feel when you see people decorating that you have to go out and recreate it for yourself and spend the money right now. If you see ideas from people's videos, then keep that in mind, and when it comes to straight after Christmas, when they go on the clearance, then you can go ahead and buy for next year. What's really great is that means that when you open up your tote in October, November for decorating, it's like you've been shopping all over again. So I added in the medium size ornaments. Again, I just put them through the top here and twisted them in. And now the next thing I'm going to do is put on a Merry Christmas banner. This one was from Home Goods last year, but there are similar ones around right now. So I'll step out the way now. You can see that we've got the banner and both sides of the mantle are the same. The next thing I'm going to do is fill in the space here with floral picks. I'll show you some of the ones that I have, and I'll give you a few more ideas. So I like these. These are nice big frosty ones, so you see you can travel it across, making it all seem like it's part of the garland. Now again, I am very precise on the symmetrical part of it, but you can do it however you like. Now other picks that we have, I have some with some berries on them, some that are frosted, a couple of pieces with cotton. These are super cute. These are rusty bells with a buffalo check ornament on them and pine cones. These were from Hobby Lobby last year. I do recall seeing them again this year, but it may be past. But I do know that Joann's has some with buffalo check parcels on them that would look very good. So now you can see that by adding in the picks, it really brought everything together. Now with these, the ones that are in the top, I don't do anything other than stick them in. I don't wind them in, no wiring, no gluing, anything like this. These pieces that go in sort of upwards, all I've done is twist one of the branches around it to hold it in place. One of the good things about having a green base with the flocking on the top is that these stems that are green, they get hidden away into the rest of the garland, and it just looks like one whole piece. The next thing I'm going to do is just add a few little clip-on ornaments. These little birds, these were from Joann's last year. These ones with the long tail, I think, were Hobby Lobby. I know that the Dollar Tree has clip-on ornaments. They're nice because you can add them to places where you can get them to sit exactly where you want them without worrying about wiring in or anything like that. So now you can see where I've nestled a little bird in here. Then there's the long-tailed one is in here. A little red one I just found in the bottom of the box. And another one over here. I think they just add a little touch of whimsy. Makes them look like they're actually nestled in the forest of garland. Next, I'm going to be working on the actual back of the mantle, and I'm going to be adding these signs. These were $4.94 at Walmart last year. They've got a stand if you want to stand them out in the garden. I know that I've seen lots of other places that have these giant ornament signs, and what I'm going to do is add 2 of these Dollar Tree bells to the top of them. It's just a case of opening up the string and adding 1 to each side. So into the wall I've actually got 2 nails that stay there all year round so that I can actually decorate each side of the clock, and all I'm going to do is hook the ornament on. So now we're going to add some items to the actual mantle, and I started collecting these gnomes last year. I noticed this year everywhere's gone gnome crazy, but these ones were from Home Goods, and then there's one that my daughter actually made. Now it could be, you see, that because I've got so much on the mantle that you can't actually see the gnome. So I'm going to put them roughly into the places that I like them, but then I'm going to show you a little trick to making sure that some of the smaller ones can actually be seen. So that you can actually see the gnomes above the garland, I sit them on just a little pedestal. Now, these ones are from the Target dollar spot. Have them all year round, it seems to be. Now this I love. These are candlesticks from Hobby Lobby. They're always on sale. I only pay about $4 a piece for them. They have a really nice deep base to them so that things can stand in and they won't get knocked over. Obviously they are designed for candles, but it happens to be that because this gnome has beans in his base, he sits neatly inside that, and then I nestled the smaller ones inside of the wreath. Next thing we're going to do, we're nearly finished, is we're going to decorate the insides of the lanterns. So all I've done with the lanterns is I put in a bottle brush tree in each one, 2 slightly different, they both came from Walmart, and then I added these snow globe style candles. These came from Lowe's. I will admit they're very, very hard to find. I saw them on Arlene's video last year and went out looking for them, couldn't find them. I saw somebody else with them early October this year, and I went and found 4 at my Lowe's. You can get other ones online, but I love the fact that these have a 6-hour timer in them, so you can switch them on at 6 o'clock and then they'll go off at midnight and they'll stay off for another 18 hours, so you never have to touch them again the whole season, apart from if you need to change the batteries. Now, because this one is higher, I needed something to raise this candle up, and this is just a little jar. It says this and that, and this was from the Bullseye's Playground in Target, and it happened to be that it was the right size for the candle, and so we've got one more piece to do and then we'll be done. So we have one space left in the middle, and I always like to put a special piece there. This one is new for this year. This is this beautiful church. They come in red and in white from Hobby Lobby. $39.99, but obviously everything's 50% off, so it was $20. The one thing I don't like is the fact that it isn't lit up. It does not have a candle in it, and whereas you'd think you could put a string of lights down here and they drop all the way through, they don't, because it ends just here. My clever husband did say that because here this is hollow, So you could actually cut this back piece out and put in a flameless candle, and it will glow up through here, and you could maybe put a small set of lights in there. But this one is going right in the center, and I think that it really rounds off the whole piece. Obviously you can see how much I love red and white, and it goes very well with my Christmas tree, which I haven't finished yet, but I will be showing you that when I do a room tour. So thank you very much for spending a little of your time with me. I hope I've inspired you. I hope that you've got some tips from me that maybe will help you be able to do a mantelpiece yourself. Obviously a lot of these tips, if you do not have a mantelpiece but you have maybe an entertainment unit where you can drape a garland across it, or maybe a staircase, a lot of these ideas can be used for that. Really, at the end of the day, it's the same method as when you're making a wreath with the wired branches. The good thing is that you can change it out every year for any colours that you like. And again, thank you for coming. If you aren't already subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe. Maybe leave me a like and a comment. I'm really hoping that within the next few months I can hit that magical 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting close to the 500, so anytime that you give me a subscribe, a like, share with a friend, share on Facebook, Instagram, it really helps. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas.